All of them want something from me, my brother included, the king said, glancing at her. Maybe you want something too. Sophie twinkled with guilt and almost laughed. Guilt for a monster. Oh? What do you think I want? She asked, playing with fire. Ryan stopped on the path. He studied her carefully. I think you want to make a difference in these woods. That's why you were unhappy as Dean. You said it yourself when we had dinner. You want a bigger life. It's why you were drawn to me when we met. He brushed aside a stray lock of her hair. Think about it this way. The pen put statues on the throne and he couldn't keep these woods safe. If the pen can no longer be trusted to protect the woods, then it's up to a man to take its place. Not just any man. A king. The one true king. That's why you came back to me. Your friends will think it's because you are evil, of course. That you want to be a queen of the sake of a crown. But we both know the truth. It's not enough to be queen for you. You want to be a good queen. And you can only do that with me. Sophie frowned, thrown by his earnestness. She kept walking. I would be a good queen. That is true. But where's the proof you would be a good king? You don't believe in the pen, and yet the pen keeps the balance between good and evil. That's why the Snowian has lasted all these years. If a king had the Snowian's power, he would destroy that balance. You would destroy that balance. You would wipe out all those who rebel against you. You would rule with evil in a way the pen never would. Quite the opposite, in fact, said the king, trying to keep up with her. I would use the power of the pen to do good, to bring down the roughness school and reward ordinary people doing right in these woods, just like Lion's Mane's messengers tried to do before you hijacked them. Oh please, those messages were filled with lies, Sophie argued. In the service of good, to raise people up, said Ryan. But Lion's Mane's messages are just the beginning. A good king protects his people. A good king protects the woods. What's better way to protect the woods than to wipe out evil completely? Impossible, Sophie pooh-poohed, facing him. Evil has always existed. You could never wipe it out. I can and I will. Ryan stared at her, his eyes glazed and hot. Everything I've done in my life has been to get me here. I didn't get into your lofty school. I wasn't kidnapped from reality and dropped into a magic castle like you and your self-righteous friends. While you basked in the privileges of your school, bright, young, lost of the woods. I was with real people, in the real woods. And here's what I learned. The historian isn't the keeper of balance. It isn't a peacemaker at all. The historian thrives on the war between the two sides, on pitting good and evil against the other and letting that war drag on for eternity. That's why my pen made a show of twisting the historian's tales to prove that every one of its villains can be a hero and every hero a villain. And yet, we cling to the pen's every word, reacting to each victory and lose as if it was our own, the balance swinging between good and evil, back and forth, while the real people of the woods are forgotten. Their lives left out of our storybooks, lost in the fog of a pointless war. The king's face softened. But the pen has the power to end that war if it chooses. It knows that every villain has something they want, something they've turned evil to get. Give them what they want and it can stop them, before they cross the point of no return. Evil primed by the hand of fate. The pen would never do such a thing, of course. It needs the two sides as well to preserve its power. So it binds them together like twins, so that good can't live with those evil, and evil with those good. But I know better. If I had the pen's power, I'd wipe evil out, neutralize it, cut it off at the root. Take my brother, for instance. His soul skews to the worst kind of wickedness. But with the pen's power, I can bring back to life the only person Japan has ever loved. I can give him the only ever after he had ever wanted. His evil would be cured. Imagine if I could do that with every threat, extinguishing every villain, every spark of darkness. If I could use lion's mane to give them love or fortune, or even just a friend, whatever it takes to restore their souls to good. I could prevent attacks like the snakes from ever actually happening. The war between good and evil would end. The spotlight stripped from a pen and a school and returned to the people. Peace, true peace forever. That's why I need to be a king. The one true king. I can do what the historian could never do. I can erase evil from these woods permanently. I can be the balance. Calmly coldness clouded at Sophie's car. The boy in front of her suddenly felt like the knight she once fell in love with. His aqua green gaze clear, honest will.